I don't know if you guys don't know, but I don't care. Like, I don't care, and I think that's with the good stuff like our league does to help with that. If they really do anything, you know, you can put out statements as much as you want, but at the end of the day, you're in an entertainment business. That's when mental toughness comes in. If you're going to live by praise, you're going to die by the hate, and so I think that's on the individual person to have mental toughness. Some people can deal with it, some people can't, and I think you can see the ones who can. And
Nonsense, and it is absolutely unacceptable. Most of this coming from the online community, most of this, you know, in my heart of hearts, I believe, not coming from WNBA fans, Indiana Fever fans. You know, I believe that this is people who are using our league, using our players to further.
Makes a fairly standard athlete point. Leagues can put out statements condemning hate, but that doesn't change much day to day. The framing is that public adoration and public hatred are two sides of the same coin. If you live by praise, you die by hate. And that coping with scrutiny ultimately comes down to the individual athlete's resilience. She notes some players handle it well and others don't, and that this variation is visible to anyone watching. There's nothing here about a walkout, a betrayal, or an internal league conspiracy. It's a fairly generic reflection on fame and criticism that professional athletes give constantly. On online toxicity directed at players, the same or a related speaker becomes more pointed, condemning racism, homophobia, and general hateful conduct directed at players, and explicitly says this is unacceptable. Importantly, she draws a distinction. She doesn't believe this behavior is coming from genuine WNBA or Fever fans, but rather from outside actors, people, using the league and its players to push division online. This is a meaningfully different claim than what the fabricated narration implies. The real quote is about protecting players from external trolls and bad faith actors amplifying conflict, not about internal league sabotage or executives trying to run a star player out of the sport. On the no call and officiating, a separate segment, which reads like a press conference, plausibly Clark's, given the WNBA context and the face of the franchise framing elsewhere in the document, addresses a specific non-call from a game. The speaker says she personally believed the play should have been ruled a flagrant foul and that officiating needs to improve. She's notably even-handed about it. She says refereeing is one of the hardest jobs there is, since officials are constantly criticized no matter what they call, and she frames that public adoration and public
pretty straightforward. It's kind of been a discussion for like 3 years now, and I think we really need to do a better job protecting the people in this league. And, you know, obviously I've been involved in a few of those plays, but there's been plenty of others across the league that, you know, haven't got called, you know, go back in post-game or whatever it is. Teams submit clips, nothing really changes. So I think overall the league just has to do better, and we have to invest in those areas. The technology can get better. We can treat the referees a little bit better, pay them like they're full-time employees. I think things like that, and you know, I think a lot has obviously come after that, and as I've stood up here and said before, like the harassment, the hate, none of that is okay. That goes for the opposing team we play, that goes for my teammates, that goes for my coaches. You know, there should never be a question of character. Like, I've always stood up here and said that, and that's truly what I believe. That's how I was raised. So you know, none of that is okay, and I don't want anybody to
using the league and its players to push division online. This is a meaningfully different claim than what the fabricated narration implies. The real quote is about protecting players from external as an athlete. Again, the content strongly implies this is Clark, joking from bed, seemingly sick or resting, possibly connected to the back issue that's shown up repeatedly in real reporting, about having unexpectedly gone viral as an internet meme. She says her mother has been keeping her updated since she hasn't been well enough to follow it herself. Names a statue of Liberty-themed meme.
Play and react to a little bit what Caitlin Clark had to say, but we got people like Stephen A. Smith, Shanae Agumake speaking out against Caitlin Clark. We got the Kelsey Plum thing. So much stuff to talk about, man. I'm going to try to get through all the content and catch up today. So bear with me, guys, and just please watch the videos if you can.
You did what?
Well, it's not like I was on vacation. I was rotting in my bed. I feel better. Just kind of waiting for my energy and this headache to kind of go away a little bit. But I'm here, and so that's great.
What's it like to see yourself become a meme in real time because you have this last name?
So goofy. Like,
What the hell?
it's so goofy. Like, everyone, it's getting worldwide views now, and so it's just been kind of fun to see. But honestly, I've been like dying in my bed, so I haven't really seen. My mom's keeping me up to date on everything, but it's funny, it's cool. I didn't even mean for it to blow up like that, but you know, the internet does what the internet does.
Do you have a favorite one of the ones you have?
Yeah, Statue of Liberty, dude, that is my favorite one. I feel like we need to change that.
Did you see the one with the White House posted with the president in it? And do you have any thoughts on it?
You know, I think everyone around the world is posting it. Every company has done it. They're just the ones that also get on board, and so I don't really think twice about it. I think they're just another group who is posting about it.
I think our fans voted a lot of players in the top 40, which just shows how much they care.
Oh, no.
But I'm proud of them.
Oh, no.
Her personal favorite and is asked directly about a meme involving the White House and the president. Her answer is notably deflationary. She says lots of organizations and companies posted the same meme format, so she doesn't read much into it or think about it twice. That's about as far from shocking political exposure as a quote can get.
You know, it's one of the hardest jobs in the world, in my opinion, is to make calls. All you do is get yelled at the whole time by everybody. You're never winning. So I think for us, like, as the league's just got to do better protecting our players in that regard. I don't really think that it was up for debate. Obviously, it wasn't called in real time. You go back and watch the clip. I think it's pretty straightforward. It's kind of been a discussion for like 3 years now, and I think we really need to do a better job protecting the people in this league. And, you know, obviously, I've been involved in a few of those plays, but there's been plenty of others across the league that, you know, haven't got called. You know, go back and post game or whatever it is, teams submit clips, nothing really changes. So I think overall the league just has to do better, and we have to invest in those areas. The technology can get better. We can treat the referees a little bit better, pay them like they're full-time employees. I think things like that, and you know, I think a lot has obviously come after that. And as I've stood up here and said before, like the harassment, the hate.
So much to help the game grow in the course of the last 3 years, and we keep kicking ourselves when we're down. She also talks about how this play happened like last Wednesday, and we're still talking about it, and it's a disservice to the league. Well, Caitlin Clark, nobody else in the league is really worth talking about. I know you don't want to admit it, but nobody else in the league is really worth talking about. She talked about the organization having her back, and the coaching staff has her back. They don't have her back. I don't know why she continues to think that they do. But shout out to Bane. Maybe she actually believes it. Maybe she actually believes that they have her back. Because nobody asked if the coaching staff has her back. She just kind of has been coming out and saying the coaching staff has her back, like trying to prove to us that they have her back, that the organization has her back. Just come out and try to prove to us that they have her back. Nobody asks directly, hey, do you think the coaching staff had to? No, she just comes out and says it, which is interesting. You know, the harassment, the hate, none of that is okay. Things that we've heard her say during the rookie year, I believe, what was it, towards the end of the season during the rookie year, her end of the season press conference, I believe it was, where she said a lot of the same things that she said now. Condemning the hate, you know, a very run-of-the-mill response, but didn't do the Stephanie White lengths of virtue signaling and being divisive and calling her fans racist. Interesting, very, very interesting. What I will do, if you guys want to still hang out and watch this, I'll play this at the end. We'll watch this at the end, and let me know your thoughts about what she says in the comment section below. See you next time, and as always, take it easy.
probably start. I'm sure you guys have a lot of questions, and obviously I haven't been available for like a week or so. So, first of all, I know what you guys are going to ask, and I did think it was a flagrant foul. And our reffing just needs to be better. And it's tough. Obviously, the refs are in a really difficult spot.
It's someone shrugging off internet virality as background noise. On All-Star voting, a short aside thanks fans for voting a large number of Fever players into the league's top 40, framing it as a reflection of how much the fan base cares. Again, ordinary and positive in tone, not a hint of internal collapse. On edited press conferences, a separate voice, sounds like a commentator or podcast host reacting to clips, complains that the Fever's team-produced press conference videos are being selectively edited, cutting material the commentator wants people to see in full. This is a real and fairly common complaint in sports media. Teams often trim official releases, and commentators frequently push back on that. It's a media transparency gripe, not evidence of some plot. On a commentator's skepticism about having her back. Toward the end, a podcast-style speaker takes a more editorializing tone, arguing that a player, again, contextually Clark, keeps volunteering unprompted that the coaching staff and organization have her back, and suggesting this looks like she's trying to convince the audience of something nobody actually asked about.
Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a video.